In the annals of exploration, history remembers those that sailed into the unknown with courage, confidence, no plan, and deeply incomplete maps. Is that me? Well, if the cap fits. But do I win? Let's just say you discover new ways to mess this one up. Yes, okay, I know I did it wrong. I'm an idiot. I don't hide the fact. I've said I'm an idiot in several games. So what I've done is I've just played at my game and I forgot to press record. So I think that's a good way though, because we can just have a look at the review, because look, I played quite well. I had no blunders and no misses. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this is my 5th game today. I played 4 before and I won 2 and lost 2. So, but my starting point was the same at 514, I think it was. But I played those 4 games because I wanted to practice the opening and the defence that I've been trying to learn. And what those 4 games proved to me is that the openings and the defences are invaluable. They're a great idea. Unfortunately for me at the moment, just for the first 4 moves, because after that I forget what I've got to do. It's just an old person thing. And I've got other things on my mind, like have I got bread and milk? Am I running out of Werther's Originals? So with all that on my mind, it was a challenge. But I am learning them. And we'll see how they go. But look, you watch my game here. Yeah, I don't know whether you can hear him. Can you? Well, you can see what he says. But what we'll do is we'll just go through it quite quickly. Yeah. Got to do it. So I knew, okay, he's telling me I'm missing the development of the bishop. But with his pawn now over to that side, with his pawn going that way, I just think it's better just for me to grab the centre, because I'm not behind in development. So I thought the way I did it was okay. Good stuff. Mm-hmm. I just thought at this stage that we were both had the same idea, is to just develop. Neither of us were thinking about an attack. I don't believe at this point. Thank you. And it's really good to see the level at the other side, isn't it? So I'm up 0.4 at this point. Right. So my advantage went up then when they castled. So I'm assuming that's because they've delayed development. Because I'm guessing that, I suppose there's some way of seeing what happens there, isn't there? Pressing one of these buttons over here. I'm going to have to practice that another day. You can't practice everything at once. Rome wasn't built. Well, you say that, but I'm just a newbie, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. All the advice says, within your first 10 moves, get yourself castled. I do move this though in a moment. I do see the advantage of moving that pawn forward. Yeah, I noticed that before, that if you castle alongside, it's best to move your king to the B square or the G square, so that you're just defending all 3 pawns, all 3 pawns, or in this case 2. Yeah, that would have been a troublesome move, wouldn't it, if that had happened? Well, yes, I know. But what I do, I'm sure on the next move, I calculate all this out. And I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, look, because if I go there and he takes it, I can take it with I think I took it with this pawn because I wanted to move my pieces towards the A file, because that's where I wanted my blockade, and also that's where my attack's going to come from in a moment, I think. But I had more pieces protecting this one, and of course, I don't think it happens just yet. But I get to the point where I managed to get my queen onto this piece, and which is thingy his queen. What's the word? Pinning. I'm pinning his queen. Yeah, I think what I do now is I see that what I don't want them to do is to make a break down here. So I just push that one forward. And I think something came to mind then after that. I know. I saw that. But what I didn't want was any infiltration this side. And with my C pawn always with my C pawn on C3, I didn't want the knight coming into B3 and me having to take it with A2, because then I've had just me thinking, just newbie thinking. So I thought I'll just stick that there, because I don't think at this stage he's going to go for an exchange, so I wouldn't have to do it. Yeah, and I'm still missing this, but I did know about it. I just felt that nothing was going to happen here to change at the moment. Right, but what happens now is I think I do it next move. Because what I thought that he or she may have realised the potential I had now to go to E5 with my knight, and have done something, but he didn't. So I think I do it now. Yeah, but here you go. Hikaru has told me 6 times now that I've missed putting my piece on E5. And when I eventually do it, it tells me it was the wrong move. I am going to be honest with you, though. I do think he has a little bit more experience than me. So we have a bit of a flurry here now. Okay. So this is pretty much the start of the end now. I think I get a nice little tactic in a minute. I decided I didn't mind him taking that pawn. Yeah, I was hoping he'd go the other way, but I don't mind. I didn't mind what was happening, because he can't take my bishop now, because remember the bishop's pinning the queen. And I'll leave that now. I'll leave that to come down. Don't care. Free bishop. There's my great move. I saw it pretty quick as well, to be fair. And I was quite pleased with that one because what I did was I overcome the blind spot that new players have, and that is thinking that you can move forward but still attack backwards. New players don't see that, and that leads to lots of errors, misses, and mistakes. And I do realise that errors and mistakes are the same thing, so I don't know why I said it twice. But I was quite pleased with how it was going now. I think he takes it. I think he takes that. And then what happens now is I take the queen, of course, and then the game probably takes a little bit longer than it should because I don't know all my checkmate patterns. But anyway, that was the start of the end. As I say, yeah, that wasn't the best move by him, was it? Now, I was hoping he'd take that, but because it wasn't the best move. I don't think it was anyway, because it just left him vulnerable. Because now he can't come straight back. And that was how we did it.